Greetings, meditators. Stephen Dynako here. Grateful to be participating again in this wonderful wave of meditations that just ripples through the world so powerfully. And of course, this attracts so many people because deep within we understand that the power of meditation, of becoming centered and focused and fully present, helps us to become in resonance with not only ourselves, but with all others who are meditating and indeed with the planet itself. And I've put in the description for my meditation here today that we've reached the point in human evolution where it's time to get radical about making love our priority. And that's a line from my book, The Self-Aware Lover. And this process of evolving, making the choice to evolve as a humanity is really based truly, in my experience, in the power of love. And that is so much more and greater than romantic love, as our media focuses on so much. But this power of love is really the power of life, the power of our impulse to do more, to be more, to feel more, to show up as something and someone greater than our individual selves. So with that, inviting us all to dive in again, as you have been in this meditation series. We go back into that inner space, connecting with the well, the deep well of love within. And we take comfort in the truth that we can turn within at any time and connect with that deep well of love that's in our hearts and allows us to transcend the appearances of the outer world. And this doesn't mean we ignore what's going on, and we don't it doesn't mean that we don't contribute to transforming those appearances, but what it does mean is that we take ourselves deep within for the wisdom, for the intuition, and frankly, for the attitude that's required to be an agent of transformation, to be an angel of love in the world. So as you continue to focus deeper and deeper on the inner well of your love, become attuned to your breathing. Just feel the inhale and exhale of your natural breathing rhythm. And as you tap into the well of love, allow the ripples of that power to unfold every aspect of your physical self. And then as it does that, allow those ripples further then to unfold every aspect of your mental self, in the process of cleansing and purifying the mind. And then as you tap into that deep well of inner love, allow the ripples to move through your emotional self. Just allowing yourself to be emotionally cleansed, transforming any afflictive emotions to those of joy, of courage, of confidence. Knowing that through your own intention, and you're tapping the well of love, that you can transform your emotional state to one that gives you the strength to show up as an angel of love in the world and an agent of transformation. And as you tap into the inner well of deep love, feel the ripples through your spiritual self. And when you're attuned to your spiritual self, of course, this is the self that is absolutely enfolded and sourced from divine love and in divine love. And there's no way that we can tap into and connect with the spirit without being influenced, impacted, and centered in love. And then as you continue to attune and to become into coherence with the power of love in your own heart, you can't help but feeling it expand beyond the boundaries of your own body and then out into the world. And as you do that, just feel yourself energetically connected to all others who are meditating in this moment, and really to all others who are meditating in any moment. For in this sanctuary of meditation, we are not bound by space or by time. So truly, we are connecting with anyone meditating at any time and in any place. And we just feel and open our hearts to receive the collective positive expression of energy, the expression of love from all who have ever meditated at any time throughout the course of human history. And when we ponder that for a moment, just feel the collective impact of all of those positive intentions and all of that deep inner peace and all of that transcendent, omnipotent love. And in this moment, you and we are fortifying ourselves to show up powerfully in a world that isn't always so loving. And we need not make any judgments about that in general or about those people specifically that don't show up that way. But rather, we accept as our choice and as our divine charter to meet the world centered and from a foundation of love. And as we consciously do that, we understand that our actions are influenced by the omnipotent power of love, and that we are directed to behave and to take action for the highest good. And really, that's what the world needs more than anything. Is the power of our showing up. We consciously choose to express our energy to be generative in the world. No need for us to engage in the lower vibrations of fear, of anxiety, of those who simply want to argue for the sake of argument. To satisfy a small, limited ego. Rather, we're showing up. We choose to show up from a deeply grounded center of love which feeds our individual self and allows us to contribute to nourishing, nurturing, and expanding the consciousness of every sentient being here on earth. And that is simply enough. When we understand our role as angels of love in the world, we begin to make peace with the limitations of the ego. And we feel all the more fulfilled by being a universal contributor than by trying to attain individual minor victories. So we've reached the point in human evolution where it's time to get radical about making love our priority. So let us take that as the truth and meditate upon it for a few moments in the silence. By your showing up right here and right now, I honor the action you've taken to make love your priority. And as all of us in meditation are coming from that firm groundedness of peace and of love, just allow yourself to feel the collective energy of our coming together in that spirit right now. And allow it to nourish you, strengthen you. For indeed, we are not alone. Each of us is ever present in this collective field of love and of peace, of mutual support, not limited by geographic distance, not limited by time, not limited by thoughts to the contrary, but rather we aim for the higher thought, that indeed we are all one on this organism of planet Earth, consciously choosing to come together to contribute to the robust living of life, not merely to sustain, but indeed to flourish. And it is through the power of our individual and our collective love that this is the truth. So as you continue to feel into the energy and feel the energy of this field of love, of peace, and truly of power, begin to bring your consciousness back to your embodied self. Just feel your feet on the floor. Feel the gravity of the earth holding you on the spot where you're seated. Feel the air circulating around you in the room or wherever you are. Taking a nice deep breath in through your nose, down into your belly. Fill your belly as much as possible, holding it for a moment at the top, and then letting it out with a sigh. And then when you're ready, remaining centered in this love and peace and power, open your eyes, be here and be aware right now. So thank you for joining me, meditators, holding you in my heart with deep love and peace, and wishing you an ever expansive journey of love, power, and showing up in the world to be your greatest, most purposeful self. Peace and namaste.